Putting in safety eyes is one of the most annoying parts of plushie making.
You either need Herculean strength or you just need a tool. This is one tool that I'll show you today. This is called a safety eye gizmo. A lot of people make stuff similar to this. I just got mine from Amigurumi Supply on Etsy. I love how small this is, and I love how many different types of eyes and backs this does work for. There's a bigger version that has 6 holes instead of 3, but each hole here functions as 2 holes, which is how it's so small. If you want the full version, that's fine too. I actually don't know why I would use the full one when I could use a small one, but maybe there's a reason that I don't know about. So this is useful for, like I said, many different types of eyes. Even when I'm putting in a small black eye, like let's say a 12 millimeter small black eye, it's very easy for me to push the washer in, but it's not easy for me to push it in to the very end because there are several notches, and I like to have it in at the very end just to make sure it's really secure. So I'll just put it into the smallest hole, and it helps with that. It's very easy. So you basically pretend there is a layer of yarn, aka plushie, between the washer and the eye. So you just put it in as if it's already secure, and then put it into the right hole, and then you just push down. So for the little one, I don't use my palm. I don't need it. I don't need that much force. I just push with my finger, like bam, and then it goes all the way in. You don't really hear a sound with the little ones and the soft washers, but they go in. You can still peel these off if you need to, but you cannot peel the big ones off. And then for something big like this, same idea. Once you have it, threaded through the yarn, and you're trying to push the washer in and it just won't go in, just go like this. And then with the bigger ones, I'll stand up and then push down with my palm to secure it. If it doesn't go in with some of the bigger ones, or if my yarn is thicker, this does not work, sadly, at least not for me. So then I was looking around for alternatives and I found one. So I'm gonna preface this by saying as far as I know, there's 3 tools that are similar to this that I know of. They all work very similarly. So this one is actually not at all for safety eyes. I don't know what it's used for, but it's some kind of like actual tool. And I found this from Rosalie_toys at Instagram. It's on one of her saved highlights. You guys can look it up if you want to. So what she does is she actually puts sponges here as padding. But there's 3 different, like I said, 3 tools out there that I know of, this being one of them that I don't think anyone else uses really except Rosalie Toys. But CrojoMojo has one where she takes some, again, not related tool from Home Depot and drills a hole, and somehow that transforms it. I didn't look at it too closely, but she sells them. She also has a video on how to DIY one on her page if you want, also on Instagram. And then CraftEasyTools is coming out with one that's also similar. So I'm saying they're similar because the idea is you use some kind of plier-like contraption so that the force isn't coming from you pushing down like you do with this one, which sometimes like there just isn't enough force. Like I've stepped on eyes before wondering if I'd break them, and thank goodness they didn't, but they also didn't go in. But this one applies force just like this. So here is a plushie head. I've just popped the eyes in. These are not secure. This is only down 1 notch. On thinner yarns, you can actually get it to go like this to kind of get I already stuffed it once, to get the look of the eye, to see if you like the position. So once you have it to here and you like where you want the eyes and you want to pop them in, what I do is I just turn it inside out entirely. And then, so if I'm trying to pop this eye in, you see how there's a layer of yarn here? So this protects the clear eye, the clear part of the eye itself. And then this, the back itself doesn't need protecting. So all you do is open the tool like this. You put the plushie and the eye and everything in between here. And then you just press, and you heard that pop. And that means it went in. So I can only get it to pop down to the second ridge, which is fine. I've never had an issue with it coming out. I think some people talk about popping it down even one more ridge. I've never been able to do that, ever. So again, on this eye, you just sandwich everything in between. Get some leverage, pop. That's it. And I actually don't know if I would want the eyes to sink even more, because if you put it in another notch, it'll just go in more. So after this, I'm just gonna trim the fur a little bit around the eye to clean it up. But that's that for eye popping.